So in this video we are going to talk about the top 10 most successful military commanders. So in this number 10, George Constantin Hukov. Zhukov 90, he lived in between 1896 to 1974. The First World War came as something of a relief to George Zhukov. As a four-year apprentice, his life was nothing but hardship, sleeping on the same factory floor where he toiled 12 hours a day. Proper food and a warm bunk were well appreciated. So, although Zhukov's childhood was rife with poverty, he was luckier than most peasants of the day and was able to attend the village school and received a rudimentary education. So, number 9, Attila the Hun, he lived 405 to 453, called flagellum Deo, or the scourge of God by the Romans. Attila and ruled the Hun Empire as king and general from AD 433 to 453. So, a fierce and ruthless warrior, Attila expanded his territory from the steppes of Central Asia into modern Germany and from the river Danube to the Baltic Sea. So, next one is number 8, William the Conqueror. 1028 to 1087. William the Conqueror was the Duke of Normandy from 1035 and the King of England from late 1066 until his death. The illegitimate, and only son of Robert I, Duke of Normandy, he inherited the title at the very young age of 7, surviving intrigue and the death of 3 guardians at the hands of rival normal noblemen. William managed to consolidate his power and find favor with the King of France. So next one, number 7, Adolf Hitler, 1889 to 1945. Although he was consumed by madness and paranoia by the end of World War II. In its beginning years, Hitler was extremely bold and successful. Within 3 years, Germany and the Axis powers had conquered most of Europe, large parts of Africa, East and Southeast Asia, and large parts of Pacific Ocean. The German strategies of World War II were all either designed or approved by Hitler himself. Blitzkrieg are lightning attack with a little warning and air raids followed by tanks followed by infantry gave Germany victory after victory. A period of stalemate or peace after these victories gave the German war mission time to rearm. These early victories strengthened Hitler's hold on the German people, effectively stifling any remaining opposition to his policies. Had Hitler's assault on Moscow not been delayed into the fall rainy season and had he not diverted the majority of his tank regiment, the outcome may have been very different. German forces spread too thin, combined with successful attacks on supply routes, preventing rearming, assured the final outcome of World War II. Number 6, Zingis Khan, 1162 to 1227. Zingis Khan was the founder of the Mughal Empire, the largest contiguous empire in history. Named Temujin at birth and rumored to have been born clutching a blood clot in his hand. Genghis Khan was designed to lead His military strategies stressed the need for good intelligence and an understanding of his enemy's needs. He adapted foreign techniques when appropriate, like warfare from the Chinese, for example. Next thing is Hannibal. Hannibal's leading of the Carthaginian army across the Alps stands as one of the most amazing military feats in ancient military history. After subjecting all of Spain in violation of a treaty, Rome declared war on Carthage, beginning the Second Punic War. Next one is number 4, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was a masterful soldier and unequaled grand tactician and a superb administrator. Portrayed as a power-hungry conqueror, Napoleon himself disagreed, arguing that he was building a freedom of free people of Europe united under a liberal government. Next one is number 3, Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was a politician and general of the late Roman Republic who greatly expanded the Roman Empire before seizing power and making himself dictator of Rome and paving the way for the imperial system. Number 2, Alexander the Great. Alexander III of Macedon, better known as Alexander the Great, single-handedly changed the nature of the ancient world. Taught discipline on the ways of war by Leonidas and mathematics and philosophy by Aristotle, Alexander was a brave and formidable leader by the time he inherited the kingdom of Macedonia from his father Philip II. Next one is number 1, the last one, Cyrus the Great. The first Achaemenid Emperor Cyrus founded the Persian Empire by uniting the two original Iranian tribes, the Medes and the Persians. A great military leader attributing his own success to diversity in council, unity in command. Cyrus expanded his kingdom from Turkey, Palestine, and Armenia in the west to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and the Indus River in the east. The largest empire the world had ever seen. A new era of empire building began with Cyrus, the era of superstate, an empire comprised of many different races, religions, and languages ruled under a single administration and a central government. So, these are the top 10 things most successful military commanders existed in the history of the world.